My name is Emma Richardson, and I'm currently a senior at Valley Christian Schools. As a kid, confidence was never a struggle for me. I was a free spirit who worried less about what I looked like and more about scoring touchdowns playing football at recess. I grew up in a Christian home with parents who continually reminded me who Jesus created me to be, and to also shine like a star for Jesus in every aspect of my life. This simple saying went a lot farther than I thought it would, and to this day I still try to live by those words. I went to a public school but felt like I was called to find a new home. We had family friends who had their kids enrolled at Valley, and we heard nothing but great things about the school. I shouted at Valley and immediately felt like it was home. It wasn't anything special from the outside, but when I met the teachers and engaged with the students more, I had no doubt in my mind that this is where I needed to be. My first 2 years at Valley flew by. I was involved in a lot, from fine arts to athletics, which accounted for most of my free time. I continued to learn more about myself and grow in my identity in Christ. Growing up challenges you in many ways, especially when it comes to your identity and self-image. I started struggling with that my junior year of high school. I think the thing that caused me to struggle so much was comparison. I looked around at other girls in my class who were absolutely stunning and always heard them tear themselves down, which in turn made me think critically of my own image. I felt like if they were so beautiful and sought to change their image, then why wouldn't I do the same? I didn't know how to deal with these emotions very well because I never struggled with it this much. That insecurity became a lot more prevalent in COVID-19. Being forced to stay home throughout the summer was taxing. It caused me to view myself as worthless, unwanted, and lonely. By no means was that true, but there were so many days that I couldn't see the beauty Jesus had created.
Most of the time, it was so hard to look at myself in the mirror. Eating became a struggle for me. I'm sorry. Eating became a struggle for me, and I lost quite a bit of weight. It made me feel a lot better about myself because at that time, that was the only aspect of myself that I could change. I thought that if I lost weight, maybe I would hate myself a little less. I knew that some might have started to notice my weight loss, so I decided to confide in Miss Stank. And she handled my situation with so much grace and continued to encourage me that my identity is found in Jesus alone. Miss Stank has always been a person that I can confide in anytime I need her. I can't put into words how much I appreciate her and her selflessness toward each and every student in this school. It is evident that she lives to serve the Lord and uses her gift of teaching to change lives of so many. Thank you, Ms. Stank. I know that I am not the only one who has struggled with this over the summer in quarantine. I think a lot of people overlook the idea of mental health because as humans we want to appear like we have it all together, especially as Christians. Like, we feel like we have Jesus, so we shouldn't have the struggle like that. The truth is, many people struggle with mental health, and I don't think it is a joke or something to be taken lightly. The truth is, oh, my bad. I do believe that the enemy takes a hold of those feelings and amplifies them, though. In my situation, I wholeheartedly believe that I listened to his lies and let them resent who I was. It was so easy to let the enemy invade my mind. I felt like I was never satisfied with myself and could never understand how much God really loved me. I later started to believe in my worth and tried to understand how God loved me. I can't stand on the stage and tell you that all my problems have gone away. It is an everyday struggle, but I am blessed with a community of people who are fighting for me. Valley has played a crucial role in that. Throughout my time at Valley, I cannot tell you the amount of love and support I have received from students and staff, specifically Ms. Clausen. She has been another amazing mentor to me. Ms. Clausen has always seen the best in me, even when I didn't see it in myself. She has fought for me in so many ways, one being pushing me to be here today. And if I'm being honest, thank you doesn't explain how grateful I am for all that she has done for me. Without Ms. Clausen, I don't know where I would be. Jesus has gifted her in many ways, and through that, she has blessed me. Thank you, Ms. Clausen.
I could say the same thing about so many teachers here at Valley, but we would have a novel on our hands, so that's good. I think what makes Valley different from any other school are the relationships that are built. Our community as a whole, from students to staff to parents, feels more like a family than anything else. And if there's one thing I've learned this year, it's that we need that community. I want to tell you about an unexpected outcome that has come from the trials in my life. From the isolation and loneliness of quarantine, I realized that I really missed worship. So I called my friends Zach and Colin and told them about my struggles. I've always felt closest to God through worship, and I felt like I wasn't getting that sense of community through online church. And I knew there were maybe some people who felt the same way. So we brainstormed having a worship night in my backyard, and in just a couple of weeks, we had our first gathering with 30 people. That night was the first time I truly felt a sense of normalcy and God's presence in a very long time. Over the course of the summer, we began to meet every Sunday night in my backyard for worship. This gathering began to grow by word of mouth and through social media. We created a name that seemed very fitting, Backyard Church. Super creative, I know. It started with 30 people, then 100, and last month we had a gathering that added up to 400 people. It has grown so much because many people were craving the community throughout the pandemic. Some would end up driving over 40 minutes to our house just to be with other believers, most of them from GCU. It is a blessing to see our small idea turn into what it is today, and I know God is going to continue to use people to change others' lives. In conclusion, I would like to thank you for being here today. I know it's a struggle to wake up early, but we got free breakfast, so it's fine. For those of you who donate to Valley Christian Schools, I want you to know that those donations are changing more lives than you know. As you can see from my story, the Valley Christian community has impacted me, helped in the healing of my heart, and allowed me to take what I've learned to help others in ministry like Backyard Church. That's what Valley Christian has done and will continue to do for students to come. Thank you.